This past Friday was my day off, and I used it to binge watch season 5 of Scissor Seven. And I came away from this season saying to myself that this is probably my favorite season of the series by far. Now, it was delayed due to the lack of time they had to release the English dub. It was supposed to come out, I think, back in late August or early September. But apparently this season has been out for a year because I've been trying to find what people think about the anime, and I go on YouTube and I see the subtitle episodes, and underneath will say a year. Then I look at the opening song, which is a very good fucking song, and it'll say the same thing, a year or 11 months ago, depending on who uploaded it. So what the hell? Anime has been retarded when it comes to releasing their episodes, and I don't understand why when a subtitle episode comes out, the English version of that doesn't come out the same day. Or when the season ends, the English dub version doesn't just come out as soon as the subtitle version ends. But whatever. Season 5 in this season really focused on Seven's memories. Last season in season 4, there wasn't a whole lot of Seven, and some people complain about that, which I get. But I still give it a thumbs up because I felt that they still took a huge step forward with his character, and they left us with a cliffhanger. So in this season, it picks up where it left off, but it's animated differently. Him and Cheapskate Hua is helping him get his memories back, and he has this poison inside of him that's affecting his ability to remember who he is. So he has to find this door, and when he opens the door, his old self is standing there. He turns around. That's how season 4 ended. He turns around and he starts walking towards him. Then he disappears, and I'm thinking he walked into him, like kind of fused with him. I don't know. And so you would think he has his memories back, but he doesn't. He can't remember anything. So he has to come across certain people and certain things and situations that'll help stimulate his mind so that it'll trigger some flashbacks. And I was saying to myself, fuck. So there's going to be 2 instances where he has a flashback in a moment. He remembers a certain part of his past. And then the next season, there's going to be one moment where he remembers a certain part of his past. I thought that they were going to drag this out, but that wasn't the case. Seven was heavily involved with this season, and he was coming across people and certain situations that triggered his memories. And then in episode 9, we get to the Eyeless Mage. He tells Seven who he was as an assassin. The war between Xuan Wu and Stern. They used to refer to Stern as Stan. I guess that's a copyright issue. But he's telling Seven that he was an assassin and he was the ultimate weapon, a killing machine. But then at some point he started to rebel against the killing and against the shadow assassins. So the leader didn't like that, of course. So he set him up, got this girl to earn his trust, toy with his feelings, and then literally stab him in the back. And she's the one who poisoned him. And it looks like Seven is going to go berserk. He's going to go back to his old killing ways because that's how they build him up. He's this killing machine, and every time he appears, there's this dark aura that comes with his past. And it looks like he's going to turn on Daibo and Xiaofei, and he's going to just go off and start killing people again. But turns out he wanted to not kill anymore. The girl that betrayed him ended up poisoning him and erased his memories because she actually cared for him. She wanted him to forget about his past and live a new life. So Seven has his memories back for the most part. I guess there are still some questions that needs to be answered, like what's his actual name? Does he have any family? As far as the other characters go, like Red Tooth and Chairman Jiang, I think that's how you say that name. Chairman Jiang is going back to the Lily sect, and she asks Red Tooth to take care of Chicken Island, watch over them. And we see how he was able to defeat White Fox, and he ends up losing his blood demon powers because the demon was just using him the whole time. So now he's in charge of running the committee that Chairman Jiang was running. The other characters, 11, Dai-chan, they get an episode. 11 goes back home. She's trying to get her things, and Dai-chan, he's still the bodyguard. 13, she confronts her father finally, but she's not able to defeat him, and Green Phoenix sends her off to learn this move. And the person that can teach her is, ironically, her father, who, by the way, is an OP character. Okay, he is strong as shit. But she faces him and it's not enough. So one day she'll come back and face him again. I thought this season was strong. I've always given this show credit in terms of how well balanced it can be. And I thought in this season it was balanced between the comedy and the action, the serious moments of the show. So everything just kind of felt into place. For example, when Seven is fighting Cheapskate Hua, Cheapskate Hua is about to unleash his finishing move. And another thing that I appreciate about the show real quickly is that they don't say their attack names. The screen will pause and the subtitles will come up of the name of the attack. So he's about to unleash his big move, and then Seven is about to unleash his big move, and then Seven just passes out. That type of humor. And it's not your run-of-the-mill anime type of humor where a chick has her tits out and some guy sees that and his nose starts bleeding and he goes flying 10 feet backwards. In the animation, the best animated season by far, in my opinion. They've all been animated beautifully, but I think that in this season they really put a lot of effort into it, and I think that going forward they're going to try to top what they did this season. I think the animation each season gets better and better and better, and the fights are beautiful, they're fun to watch, the action is phenomenal. I really enjoyed this anime. It's my favorite anime. I think it is the best underrated anime that's out right now. I would even put this on my top 10 list of animes of all time. And it's up there with the Mount Rushmores of anime, like Naruto and Bleach and Dragon Ball and One Piece, even though I don't watch One Piece because there's too many fucking episodes. Now, my complaints of the show, as much as I love the show, I have some complaints. The verbiage of the show. Like the voice cast. Last season, characters didn't have the same voice. So Stan, he had a different voice. And I was worried that going into this season, there were going to be characters who didn't have the same voice actors. And that was the case. There was about like maybe 4 characters who didn't have the same voice. So the Alice Mage, he had a different voice. His voice was much deeper. 13's voice, she sounded just like Manjusaka. So that needs to get fixed. You can't have them sounding the same, especially when they're talking to one another, and then like no one is going to point that out. That's going to be even more ridiculous. But I didn't think that Seven would have a different voice actor. I don't know what happened to Ronnie Chang, but this new guy Daniel Kim, he stepped in and I thought he did a good job. To be honest, I thought he did a good job. When there was a serious moment in the show, I thought his voice fit perfectly because it gave Seven that maturity vibe. He seemed more mature to me. When it came to the silly moments, I thought he did a good job of trying to replicate what Ronnie did. But there was some good news. The original voice actor for Stan came back. So I was happy about that. Winning for that. Another complaint that I have, in season 4, they referred to the powers that each character possesses as internal force. But in the first 3 seasons, it was referred to as chi. So they went back to saying chi in this season. I don't think they said shadow killers in season 4, but they went back to saying that. So there's got to be some consistency with the verbiage in the show. You know, Cheapskate Hua, he's cheap life Hua. So which is it? Is it Cheapskate Hua or cheap life Hua? So there needs to be some consistency with the verbiage in the show. Have a consistent cast that sticks around for the entire series, because if you keep changing voices, loyal viewers like myself are going to be annoyed. I don't think it'll turn people off, but they'll be annoyed. And stick with the names of the powers and the organizations and the characters. Stop changing shit. I also did find some complaints from other people. Some people saying that the episodes aren't long enough, which I understand. I don't know if they have the budget to make longer episodes, or maybe that's just how they want to make this show. But they could give us some more episodes. I wish. That's what I wish for if they're not going to make longer episodes. Because in season 1, they gave us 14. And ever since then, it's been 10 episodes across the board. And the cliffhangers at the end of the season aren't really cliffhangers. They end the way these past seasons have ended. like season 3, 4, and now 5, that's the cliffhanger that would end for a episode or before it goes to commercial. That's not the cliffhanger that a season should end on. It shouldn't end in the middle of a fight. But besides that, I still enjoyed this season. I loved this show, and I wish people were talking about it a lot more. It's one of those animes that I wish more people would watch and give a chance. So those are my thoughts on the show. Please like and subscribe. That is it. I am out.